And from the low week of the Lagos NBA, let's now check out some of the top trending stories we tracked at the courts.
We begin with the report that the Code of Conduct Tribunal sitting in Abuja on Tuesday, the 15th of May, struck out the false assets declaration charges instituted against the serving Justice of the Supreme Court, Justice Sylvester Ngwuta. The CCT two-man panel, led by Mr. Danladi Umar, held that it had no choice but to terminate the trial in deference to the precedent set by the Court of Appeal on the case. The CCT's decision is coming less than 2 months after the Federal High Court in Abuja struck out the money laundering and passport fraud charges filed by the EFCC against the judge. The two sets of charges were filed against Justice Ngwuta in the aftermath of the recovery of large sums of cash in local and foreign currencies, documents and Porsche cars from his homes in October 2016. Freeing him of the criminal charges filed against him in the two cases, the Federal High Court and the CCT ruled that the serving judge could not be investigated or prosecuted without first being disciplined by the National Judicial Council. From there, we move to the case of the senator representing Kogi West, Senator Dino Melaye. The trial judge in the gun-running allegation against the senator on Wednesday, the 16th of May, granted him bail in the sum of 10 million naira. Justice Nasiru Ajana granted the bail after considering an application based on the lawmaker's health challenge. A judge also held that there was nothing to show that the senator would jump bail if granted bail. Senator Melaye was not in court for the ruling on the bail application, as he was said to still be on admission in the hospital in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory. 24 hours after the bail was granted, Justice Olasumbo Goodluck of the FCT High Court, Maitama, adjourned indefinitely the trial of the senator. Senator Melaye is before the court on charges of giving false information to the police and supplying arms to thugs. He, however, denied committing these offences. In a ruling delivered on Thursday, the court held that the prosecution did not controvert the fact that the defendant was in the National Hospital's intensive care unit. A judge therefore adjourned the case indefinitely, pending the recovery of the senator from his illness. Staying with the cases of the senators, an Abuja division of the Federal High Court on the same Wednesday declined to stay execution of the judgment, nullifying the Senate's suspension of the Delta State Senator Ovie Omo-Agege. Justice Nnamdi Dingba rejected the application, which was jointly filed by the Senate and its president, Dr. Bukola Saraki, to challenge the court's nullification of Omo-Agege's suspension from attending plenary for 90 legislative days. Specifically, Justice Dingba noted that the defendant's application was not anchored on any recognizable judgment that was delivered by his court. The court also held that the application, along with the notice of appeal that was attached to it, were misdirected, saying it was not targeted at the May 10 verdict that nullified Omo-Agege's suspension. And in Jos, a Plateau State High Court has ordered that the former governor of the state, Jonah Jang, be remanded in prison custody till Thursday, May the 24th, when the court will rule on his bail application. Also ordered to be kept in prison was the former cashier in the office of the secretary to the Plateau State government, Yusuf Pam. Jang and Pam were arraigned on the 16th of May before the court by the EFCC. The 12 counts filed against them border on alleged misuse of some special funds released to Plateau State by the Central Bank of Nigeria. The EFCC claimed that they committed the offense a few months to the end of Jang's tenure as governor in 2015. The defendant, however, pleaded not guilty to the entire 12 charges. After taking arguments from the two sides, Justice Daniel Longji adjourned till May the 24th to rule on the bail application. The judge ordered that the defendant should be remanded in prison custody till then. And we round off with the report that the Kaduna State government has charged the leader of the Islamic movement of Nigeria, also known as the Shiite, Sheikh Ibrahim El-Zakzaki, and his wife Zina, and 2 others with various offences, including murder of a soldier. The allegedly murdered soldier, Corporal Yakubu Dankaduna, was said to be in the convoy of the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, during the December 2015 bloody clash between the Shiites and the soldiers in the convoy. The defendants were brought to the court from Abuja, the nation's capital, in 2 black SUVs amidst tight security. Until the charges were filed, Els Zaki and his wife had been detained by the Department of State Services without trial for over 2 years, while his followers regularly take to the streets to protest his prolonged detention. At the commencement of the hearing, the defense counsel, Maxwell Keon, made an oral application for bail for the couple. Justice Kurada refused the oral application and told him to rather file a written one, which will be heard before or on the next adjourned date of June the 21st.
And it's on that note we wrap up today's episode of the program. Please feel free to send in your comments on any of the issues we featured today. Do also remember that you can watch this episode and past episodes of the program on our YouTube channel. I'm Shola Sheyeli. Many thanks for watching.